We're going to talk about this today. Go and put it up. Go and put it up. I want to talk to you all about Ciara Wilson. Yes, her last name is Wilson. She's a married woman. Listen, I got emails. What would Elder Eden say about this? Is this a sauna kind of dress? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I had to pipe in that it was knocking on the door like, do. Make time for a video, make time for a video. And so here we are. Let me talk to you for a second, okay? Every time I try to put the camera on, the central air wants to come on. So let me get this out, all right? Number one, in the business of entertainment, okay? In order for you to have a level of relevancy, you must be entertaining. Okay, I did a video on this a while back. I talked about, I think it was me talking about Chloe Bailey and how there's nothing new under the sun, and how, some people express themselves by way of the avenue into which they choose. And in this case, entertainment is her avenue. So she's able to express deep down emotions or deep down self through the character of the entertainer. The job becomes an avenue of moving energy. Okay, so stay there for me for a second. But it also allows people to push the envelope a little bit so they can maintain their overall status, okay, and whatever that is. And so, am I saying that this dress came out because of status? No. I want to get your wheels turning, okay? What I am saying is that this dress wasn't the only dress amongst wealthy entertainers. And so I want to show you a couple of other ones. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? And on this one, all right, boom, her husband was right beside her, okay? Now, of course, I like to find out what's going on energetically. I want to know, is that just for the pictures? Are you smiling just for the pictures? I want to know where the energy is going. Is there any energy present? And so, yes, I watch videos to see what it looked like behind the scenes. As the husband standing next to your wife like this, are you proud? Are you happy? Are you engaged? What is that about? And let me tell you something that I learned. The average Joe, okay? The average Joe, let's say one of my average Joes, one of my forklift operators at the plant, okay? Back when I was in corporate America, okay? My average Joe he's going to be less likely to be okay with his average wife wearing this at the forklift lunching that Karima did for the guys, okay? It's not going to work, all right? It's not going to work. However, this particular event was for Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair had this themed event. And so this dress wasn't the only dress that was extremely revealing. Now, the argument can be, which I got this already today, all right? The argument can be, well, are those women married? Are they mothers? And this is why I'm doing this video. On our level, we could probably all agree that we've been at this moment at least once or twice in life, okay? When other people are judging you through their own eyes and how you should be and how you should act and who you should be, right? We can all, if we are honest with ourselves, all right, especially us, out of the box type people, you're most likely to get those green eyes, But there's something that I was going to say, and it just went out of my head, but the point that I'm trying to make is that when a woman becomes a mother, not just here in the US and the West, okay, all over the world, there is this throne that she is placed on, okay? And so with that comes a hat that is placed on her, all right? The way she should be, how she should act, how she should conduct herself. All right? Woman, because you're a wife, how dare you get a mind to wear what you want to wear out in public and display all of your goodies to to the rest of the world when you have the husband that you have? I believe that the reason why there is so much outrage about this dress is because people, especially Westerners, we want you one way. We cannot see you with two faces. We cannot see people as multifaceted human beings for the life of us. We don't want our pastors, okay, to dance. We don't want our bishops to love music. We don't want our, there's a certain life that we are, as soon as you put on that title, we want you to assume the responsibilities of that position. In the Western world, if you don't fulfill those responsibilities and you're not living up to it, we believe that something's just not right with you. A forklift operator told me, he said, Karima, people, and I wrote about this in my book, I gave him credit for this saying, but he said, the world cannot see you as two people. If I know you as one way, please don't show up as the other, because now I can't trust you because I don't know who you are. When he said that to me, we had the deepest conversation because that was like, what? That was on the money. It's so true. People can only accept one version of you. Even if you change and rearrange and reinvent yourself, the people, as they know you, will always have you locked in and loaded and chained to that version of you. The version that they created in their mind of you, you're going to always be chained to that. It's human behavior. People don't have the flexibility to see you as a multi-dimensional being, especially when you are married, especially when you have children. Because now the thought becomes, how are your children going to see you? You want your children to see this on the internet? You want your kids to see their mother dressed like this? And for a woman, a wife, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? It's totally disrespectful to your husband. This is the natural order of the way people see it's going to be the way it's going to be. I think I said this in the Lori Harvey video. Regardless of whether or not we agree with how people see us, right? Whether or not we agree with it, it is what it is, darling. It is what it is. Whatever uniform you're wearing, that's the way you're going to be judged. There is no, I fought it for years, you guys. I fought it for years. I'm like, I'm a multidimensional person. I'm not one way. I'm not one way. I'm not one way. The world can't take two of you or three of you, okay? The world can't take many versions of you. The world cannot take many versions of you. They're only going to be okay with one. So your message has to be clear. Who are you? What are you? What do you represent? And they're going to expect for you to maintain that. So if you say, I'm a monk, all right, you better not be out here drinking, because somebody's going to have that lens, they're going to pipe in, they're going to see it, and now you're a hypocrite, okay? You better not say you're a pastor. Because if you're a pastor and I see you at the club on Friday, darling, what in the world were you doing at the club? Turn it up, okay? The world wants you to be who you said you are. Who you said you are. They can't accept you more than one way. I wish there was a way so that, you know, you that we can be who we are on all levels. But something tells me that energetically, what I understand is that perhaps this was a direction that someone presented to her, okay? It was presented, and she was already a little kind of like, I don't know. Okay. And the idea on why it would be a good idea It's emptying. There'll be other like people like that. And then I think the surprise came when she was singled out. But I know why she was singled out. The reason why she was singled out is because people have an expectation for any woman who's married to Russell Wilson because he's a football star. Okay? And then also, after she left Future, okay, um, which was a good choice for her, okay, she decided to leave Future and start a new life with this guy. Well, the world wants to prove that, oh, he thinks he got himself a good woman. Oh, she thinks she got herself a good man. Look, they're still making mistakes. They're still messing up. That's the world we live in, guys. We can't get away from it. We can't get away from it. All I can say is this, all right? Regardless of who you choose to be and what uniform you choose to wear and what title you choose, whether you're going to be a wife, a mother, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, I don't know, whatever it is. What comes along with it is people's opinions about your choices, okay? Comes along with it. And people can be ruthless, buddy. Oh my goodness, ruthless. Ruthless. A woman becomes a mother, you want her to be matronly, right? You want her to accept that role, accept that job, and forget about being sexy. Why do you want attention from other men when you have me? I'm your husband. That is generally the consensus for a lot of regular, everyday working men. You're my wife. You're my property. Okay, you belong to me. Sexy for what? Exposing the things that I'm supposed to see with my own eyes for what? And you already know how I feel about it, right? I talked about this. I said the ecstasy face of a woman. She shares that with her husband, right? The ecstasy face of a woman. She shares that with her husband. There's even certain things that Elder Eden shows a sonnet in the book that's buried that she's supposed to use only at certain moments in her life. And some of those are for her husband only. Ooh. It's a hot topic. In any event, whoever you choose to be, however you choose to show up in the world, be brave enough to wear the cap and let it be. They're going to have their opinions of you, darling. They are going to have them. And you have to understand that they're only going to be able to accept one version of you. You choose what version they get to see. Until next time, be empowered, be inspired, be well. Bye.